DKIM email identification is crucial to ensure that your emails don't get sent to the spam folder. This is Till Carlos from Maerketing, and in this video you will get a fast overview without the technical hassle. Don't risk the health of your domain or the success of your email campaign to something as simple as DKIM email validation. If you have only 1 minute to watch this video, this is the 80/20 of the information you're about to receive. DKIM is like a watermark. Every email gets tagged with this watermark, and the receiver then checks if the email comes from the right sender and make sure that the email is not impersonated or spoofed. Without this signature, emails are likely to go into the spam folder. So this is a default for any other email provider that you use. They all get tagged with DKIM. The only problem comes when you set up your own email domain, which is good in order to have a nice looking email address, something that you want, for example, till@maerketing.com. If you want to set up your own email domain, you also need to set up your own DKIM records. And finally, it's not that painful. It only takes 15 minutes to set up, and then you have to wait around a day. And in order to make sure that everything is correct, go to DKIMvalidator.com, and there you can see exactly if your domain is set up correctly. Quickly to explain to you why we have it. When you send a normal test email that looks like this, I just send an email to myself, what actually comes through is a cryptic format with a lot of metadata. You will see this when you click on there on this arrow and then show original. You will get to see what an email really looks like. And you see the email contains the address of the sender and the address of the receiver. And in former times, this could easily be spoofed. So you could basically put in bill@gates.org and you will be able to send it from that domain. However, of course, now we have DKIM, which ensures that the receiving server checks if the email comes from the right sender. Technically, it works like this. Your email server, let's say Gmail in this case, or Google Apps for Work, which I use, it takes the watermark, so the DKIM entry, from your DNS provider. So it could be GoDaddy or Namecheap or DNSimple, whatever you use. It takes it from there and then tags the email with this watermark, and it does it in an encrypted form. So this is something you don't need to understand because it goes into technical details, but it basically is encrypted. And then it sends the email to other email servers. So sometimes there are many more servers in between, but sometime it gets delivered to the server it should get to of your recipient. And of course, every server has a spam filter. Now what this server does, it checks against the email, the DNS settings, and checks the watermark, and basically encrypts the DKIM that gets sent in the email metadata. And if it matches, it's good. If not, it goes to the spam folder. So here, this is what you want to have. You want the email to be delivered. I quickly want to run you through how to get the DKIM record. The next step, on step number 2, is then to put it into the DNS settings, and step number 3 is to wait and verify. Let's start with the first step here. I already said that I use Google Apps for Work. This is because I use a secondary email domain to send from. So this is till@maerketing.co. My main email address is till@maerketing.com. It just looks similar. I set the same profile picture, and so far nobody has noticed when I send from the secondary domain. I do this because if my email gets reported as spam, which could happen, it's a rare case, but it could happen, then I still want to use my main domain and don't want to have the bad reputation being transferred over to the emails I send out on a daily basis. So how do I get the DKIM entry out here? I go to Apps. You can also do this on the sidebar, Apps. Then go to Gmail. This is the G Suite. There is Gmail in it, and there is Authenticate Email. And you see already our keyword here, DKIM. I've already done this, but when you do it the first time, you go to Authenticate Email, you pop this up, basically, it's in here. And then you make a new record. So this is what I do here, generate a new record. I don't do this now because it will basically overwrite my old record and then I would have to wait again. So I don't demonstrate this on a live screen here. But basically what you do is you click generate here. Sometimes you need to make a shorter record. That happened for me when I used Namecheap. If you have also Namecheap or another provider that is a bit restricted, you might want to use the shorter entry here in order to have it work. So what then happens, you get this entry here and you copy this over in step number 2. So step number 2 is set up the DNS. And there are many domain providers out there where you set up the DNS records on your domain. This could be GoDaddy, this could be DNSimple, this could be Namecheap, this could be United Domains, this could be One-on-One. Anywhere where you can buy a domain, you should be able to set these records. If you cannot set these records, and I've seen that at a particular provider in Germany, if you cannot do this, try to switch the provider, because the stuff you want to do with your emails is so advanced that you maybe not be able to go with the old provider. So I recommend Namecheap because it's easy to set up, and it provides good prices. This is my domain, maerketing.co. I go to advanced DNS, and then so basically I show you how to make a new one. What you want to do is you create a TXT record. The host should be then what you copy out from the Google. So in this case, google.domain key. You copy this over, copy it here, and the value is the whole thing here. So you got to copy the whole thing and make sure that you don't miss out on anything here. You copy this in there, and then what I do, I set it to 1 minute, but it doesn't really matter so much because you have to wait anyway. So I don't save this here because I already have it there. Good, so you save it, and then step number 3. Step number 3 is wait and test. I don't know why, but for me it took quite a long time to have the DKIM record transferred over and being visible to Google. So Google at one point will show authenticated email. So it will show this flag here that everything is correct. But this for me happened after 2 days. And indeed, Google says it can take up to 48 hours. So you got to wait 1 or 2 days until this happened for you. Now the question is that all you need to ensure that your emails get delivered into the inbox and don't get sent to the spam folder? Of course not. DKIM is only doing the homework. I say it's doing the homework. It is a requirement, but it is not the only thing that you need. If you're sending out a lot of emails at the same time, Google itself will take them off and maybe not even deliver them or just put them into a spam folder directly. Because you're likely to send over to Gmail anyway. So let's say you start from Gmail, you send over to a lot of Gmail accounts. Google will know this already. And there are a lot of other factors. How many links do you put in? Do you put attachments in there? Are there any keywords that you use in the text that look fishy? Do you use the word sex 100 times? Things like that. These things you should try to avoid, and there's a lot of material out there how to prevent your emails from getting sent to the spam folder. You should make it look as natural as possible. This is always like the rule of thumb. Make the email look like coming really from you. So try to personalize it. Don't send the same text over and over again. Personalize it with extra fields, and don't send it at the exact same time. So maybe not try to use like a spreadsheet batch email tool. Go with something sophisticated like quickmail.io, reply.io, mailshake.com, or vocus.io. Any number of tools out there you can use that kind of delay the sending process. But that said, if you have all these other things correctly and DKIM is not set, you're likely to go to the spam folder directly. So in this video, I've explained to you how DKIM works and why it's important and how to set it up. If you like this video, I would encourage you to check out Maerketing.com. For example, we interviewed over 20 digital agencies and their owners and asked them what they do in order to get new business. You can get this resource if you go to Maerketing.com.